Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And firstly, on behalf of Babson College, as well as on behalf of our collegiate team, we want to thank TCU as well as the judges for being present and giving us this wonderful opportunity to be here. So we are here, the three of us, to tell you the story of how CloudJolt became a socially responsible web hosting company designed specifically for entrepreneurs. So first, I'd like to introduce you to the team. On my right, we have Gus Bach, who is our CEO, and he's currently a graduating senior. Myself, Alex Friedberg, I am our CFO and a junior. And on my left, we have John Ryu, who is a freshman, and he is our Chief Marketing Officer. So chapter one, the beginning. Where did we start? How did CloudJolt become? And the easy answer is it came from a prior existing business that Gus and myself ran, which was a web development firm. And through that business, we took on a client, developed their website, but additionally to that, outside of our actual revenue model, we enjoyed consulting for their businesses, and we really liked helping them, get into the online world because, we were their starting point. They came to us, they had the idea, and, we really enjoyed bringing them into the online world. And with that, we thought, how can we expand our revenue model? And the instant thought was web hosting. We designed their website, we host it. And with that, the idea of CloudJolt became. So moving forward, we understood that we had to measure up to companies such as GoDaddy, and we know that that was a hard feat. So through doing that, we decided to have our prices and all of our other specs, try and replicate what an industry leader could do, because at the end of the day, we understood that in such a saturated market, we really had to be competitive on our technical specs. So we tried to offer the same exact things as GoDaddy, but we really thought, how can we differentiate ourselves? So since our launch on December 6th of 2010, in this 5 months, we've really worked with how we can really differentiate ourselves. What can we do? And the first thing that we did is from the beginning, from day one, we decided to give back, and that from there has been our starting point. So how do we give back? Easy question. What we decided to do was implement a business model where 25% of the subscription fees from our clients, with no added costs, right off the top, we take that and we donate 25% to the charity in which they choose. So for me, I'm most passionate about Save a Dog, but we understand that our other clients might be passionate about a local organization or something like Charity Water, and we really wanted to give them the unique opportunity to give back to that charity. And in addition, we wanted to show the social impacts of those charities and how our clients are contributing to these charities. So what we do after a client signs on, picks their benefactor for life, what we do is we reach out to that charity and we say, a benefactor, one of our clients has chosen you as a benefactor, and we try and make a partnership, but if not, we can always donate to them anyways. And if they decide to try and partner with us, what we ask from them is when we do send them a check, we ask them to send us a little bit of information on what they're doing with it. So what we do with that is we put it into our blog, and what we do is we try and unveil and add more transparency on where giving goes to and how you're giving back to Save a Dog or how you're giving back to Charity Water. And through that, we allow our clients to add this little socially conscious badge to their website. So what that does is allows them to tell their clients that they're giving back to charity, they're being socially conscious, and at the end of the day, we're helping them add brand value to their company.
But as we began to experiment more and more with, after our launch in December, we started to go out and recruit clients. We started to try and bring people into our infrastructure, start using our service, and bring them into our network. But we found that the biggest factor in our industry, in web hosting, is how do you differentiate yourself? And though we had established ourselves as being, comparable with all the larger companies in terms of our technical specs, and we were integrating social responsibility into our brand equity as well as our clients, but at the end, it wasn't enough. Because we fully realized that we need to give a value proposition to our clients that truly convince them that we are going to be a service asset to their business. So in sort of constructing our business model moving forward, and what we've been cultivating over these past 5 months is how can we add value to our company? And what are our clients truly looking for in our service? So if we look at our standard client of someone who would sign on, generally web hosting is when you are starting your business. So it is the space, whether you're a tech-based industry, a tech-based company, or you have a business in a physical location that you're trying to enter into the online space, you are starting with web hosting because that is the foundation of your business. You register your domain name, you get your server space, and then you put your site online. So our clientele is very, very unique in our industry because we're realizing we're getting them at that foundational, fragile state. They are startups. And we are entrepreneurs. We are college entrepreneurs and we love entrepreneurship. We understand our clientele explicitly. And so at the end of the day, when we started evaluating what do entrepreneurs need, they need information, they need knowledge, they need connections, and they need networking. And CloudJolt is a unique opportunity for us to integrate all of those services and all of those value-added aspects into our service without having any cost added to us. It's all the power of our network, and that's what we're trying to cultivate. So in doing so, the first thing that we integrated was our blog. And this is an opportunity for us because we have experienced businesses on many multiple levels, whether it be sales and marketing, web tech development, or just business development in general. We were able to blog about the specific things that we've encountered in our experiences, the very foundational knowledge that any entrepreneur needs to break down those barriers to accelerate through the startup phase. So there was a lot of good feedback about this foundational knowledge that we were providing people because they were allowed to gain that knowledge and accelerate through that very fragile state and move into the growth phase. But in doing so, we inadvertently created a new need for our clients. And that was something of very specialized advice and very specialized information and knowledge that dealt specifically with their business, specifically with their industry. And in doing that, we decided that we wanted to build in additional added value, additional features to meet this need for our clients. And this is where our Ask an Entrepreneur feature came in. So you press that little button that says free advice and it brings up a contact form. You basically put in basic information about your company, your industry, what your goals in your industry are, what you're trying to accomplish, and you enumerate your problem. And that could be anything that's ranging with your business and what you're trying to overcome, that barrier that you're trying to skip over so you can continue your accelerated growth. And in a lot of cases, we've had experiences with these same problems that every entrepreneur experiences, and we can share our story. We can share this idea of this is what you can do, this is something you can implement, this is how you can accelerate out of this problem. But the true value that we found in this new feature was a lot of these questions we didn't have the power to answer, because we don't know every industry. We haven't been involved in every single entrepreneurial startup that's ever been created. But we have a very powerful network in where we exist at Babson College. All of our professors, all of our faculty, all of the students have all been engaged in entrepreneurship in one way or another, whether they are currently engaged in a venture or they've run successful ventures and harvested them all throughout their lives. They have the knowledge that would allow these entrepreneurs to break these barriers. And it's right at our fingertips. So the opportunity for us and what we saw as a very value-added feature was that we could then reach out, take these questions to the experts who knew how to solve these problems, get the information, and then feed that back to our clients, bridging that information gap, facilitating this networking that every single entrepreneur needs. And so our startups now are starting to go into this growth phase, the very beginning of the growth phase. They're experimenting with different techniques and different business development sort of strategies, and they're experiencing success. They're experiencing failures. And the greatest opportunity that we see now is their ability to share their story. Because the power of our network lies in our ability for our community members to interact. Because if you look at the other companies, GoDaddy with their 6 million customers, it's fragmented. They do not communicate within each other. They don't bootstrap off each other, they don't communicate. There is no centralized network. This is an opportunity for us to build it from the very, very beginning. And so we've integrated a very new feature, very, very recently, called the Video Cast. This is an opportunity for all of our entrepreneurs to share their story. So very recently, one of our clients actually went on Reddit in one day, gained 800 signups on Reddit for their new, it was a new aspect that he was integrating into his product line. 800 signups in one day. This video cast is going to give him an opportunity to sit down with us. We are going to interview him over a recorded Skype call and put this up for entrepreneurs to learn about this strategy he undertook and then apply that to their own business. So now, you don't have to go through all the successes and failures. You can then learn from other people's experience and grow through shared experience. And that is the whole goal of what we are realizing CloudJolt is truly to become. We are more than a web hosting company. We started there. but our growth factor and our value added that we're continually integrating is allowing us to then move into other aspects that are truly valuable to our clients. And this is the portion where we are trying to now expand the size of our community, because we realize that our community is not large enough to fulfill all of our clients' needs. So we need to engage the entrepreneurial community as a whole into our network. So we have a forum, and it's an opportunity for real-time connection for people to come in from all entrepreneurial communities and interact and engage in real-time discussion to get that feedback that you need. And this is a good opportunity for us to start bridging that gap, bridging that networking, bridging those partnerships for our clients outside of our realm. And eventually, as our network becomes bigger and bigger, it's going to be more of an opportunity for us to then leverage our network, our connections, our company, to then create these partnerships and community relationships for our clients moving forward.
So we saw a huge opportunity to connect entrepreneurs in a different and much more powerful way. We threw an event called Startup Rise Up in Wellesley, co-sponsored by Babson College, in which it was a networking event / startup competition. And by startup competition, I mean we allowed the crowd to be able to vote and support the startups that they liked, or the ones that they came to the event for, and be able to have them win. And I think the important thing to realize here at this event, we didn't just bring startups and have it as a business plan competition or something like that, but rather somewhere where you can come and connect with entrepreneurs, connect with other people that could help your business succeed. We were able to get 36 startups to apply, 200 people to register from all over Boston. So you're coming from schools from Harvard, MIT, Northeastern. So you can see like the wide range of people, like even the startups themselves, anywhere from low tech to high tech, such as a mobile app. Even towards the end of the event, one of the first place winner actually came up to us and was like, "You really help entrepreneurs." And that really goes along with what Collegiate really is trying to do. We don't just make an impact. We are trying to make a meaningful difference. And in moving forward with Collegiate, we realize that there's so much value to be added. There's so many opportunities to give back and to help. And that's where we're trying to build our tools and resources, such as a web application that's going to break down the barriers for anyone who's not tech savvy, who doesn't know the internet, who has a great idea and just needs to get it out there and be able to succeed. So this web application will allow you to be able to come to our website, not just use a generic template to build your website, but rather customize and personalize your website for what you specifically need. And there's other aspects of having a website, such as SEO, e-commerce, that some people just don't understand. Instead of paying thousands of dollars for it, why not come to us? And when we have this application out, have you port that all through your website and have it come live with just one click. And that's just one of the cool tools that we're developing right now. And we realize that all these awesome aspects about Collegiate, can be brought together into a socially responsible incubator. Think about that, a value-centric business accelerator. That any socially responsible budding entrepreneur can come to us, join our incubator program, utilize the tools and resources we've already cultivated, all these networks, all these mentors, and be able to have a successful business. Allow them to grow and give back, just as we have. And moving forward, Collegiate has a lot of social impact. We donate to charity, but we also have impacts on the people we work with, the entrepreneurs that we meet every day. Because Collegiate exists to make a meaningful difference in the world, 1 gigabyte at a time. And I'd like to thank TCU for allowing us to speak here today, and the judges for listening to us, as well as the sponsors. And if you have any questions, be more than happy to.
Do you guys have some sort of compensation structure for the free advice, the people that you're getting the piece of advice from? Because I think you're going to run into a little bit of a problem. Granted, there's probably some excitement around the new company thing right now, and you're going to get a lot of people who want to participate in this. But as it starts to become more of a time drain, those people are going to want some sort of, compensation.
During one of our networking events, we actually connected with a Boston-based entrepreneurial advice-giving organization. It's a nonprofit called SCORE, and they provide the same thing, the basic Ask an Entrepreneur resource. And so we're realizing that there are networks out there that do facilitate this already, and they do it for free or at a low cost. And as we begin to bring in more revenues, we're able to either compensate people or create these valuable partnerships. Because one of the value add that we could do is bring in, for instance, SCORE as a charity partner to allow people to donate back to that organization for the services that they're providing to our network. So it's more than, it's this entrepreneurial mindset that we've taken into really the building of this company, which is bootstrap, 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 and whatever we can do along those lines to help facilitate these networking and connections. People are always looking to sort of establish those, and that's where I think, that's where I believe the future is in our company, along that line.
Have you guys identified the cost to acquire a new customer? What is that?
We haven't identified an actual targeting cost for marketing, but for us, a lot of our first clients were ones that were our friends, and through this we've been networking, and at our events and through John's marketing efforts for group buying deals, we've had a lot of free opportunities, and it's literally free to reach out to a group buying website, or reach out to a friend and say, hey, we know that you have websites, or we know that you have someone coming to your website, and it's not much at all.
And even along those lines, we've come up with strategies to, we understand web hosting, everyone has a web hosting contract with someone else, or they don't. And I mean, we do have opportunities to be able to reach out to people who don't, but for the ones that do, we lower the switching costs. We have free site migrations because at the end of the day, we are competitively priced. Why not switch to us? We're doing something great. So we just lowered that barrier, just come on to us and we'll bring everything over for you for free. We'll take care of that. And as well as even, we have a strategy that if all the people, even we gave away web hosting for free, granted, say we did. Web hosting is like a monthly, yearly thing that you keep paying. It's not just a one-time thing. So when it came out for free, next year they turn it into revenue. So there are things we've thought about, there are strategies that we're working on right now. We're just seeing which one's working best.
Welcome to Texas, gentlemen. I enjoyed your presentation. Some great ideas. I applaud you for understanding that you needed to go from a Me Too strategy to really figuring out what your point of difference would be and turning that into kind of an entrepreneurial hotspot. I would like to encourage you, or maybe hear some additional thoughts around how you plan to further differentiate, because you talk a lot about providing this charitable or this component to your customers, but I don't really see it. Everything that I see really looks very similar to a lot of other companies that provide the same services. So I understand the 25% and your client's ability to be able to earmark that, but I don't see that pulled through. You talk about feeling good about working with you, but why is that?
So I guess there are two sides. On the charity side, just last week we got a letter from one of our charity who we donated to, and in that letter what we request from them is a little tidbit of information on where the money actually goes. So through that we blog about that and then show entrepreneurs where that's going. So I think yes, that has been done before, but we're really trying to put a focus on showing who we're actually partnering with and really highlighting them. And going forward, once we do have charities where our revenues are increasing and we can give more and more back, I think it'll be a bigger showcase of where it actually goes. If in 1 year or in 1 month we can donate enough to build a whole building for someone in Rwanda or someone in Peru, that hits home, and highlighting that and showing our customers, because we know who exactly gave that money. We can say to them, this is what you did. That incorporates the feel good. And on the technical side, we understand, yes, people are not going to become our clients just because they're feeling good. They want those technical specs. And to entrepreneurs, they want everything to be as easy as possible. We starting this business, it was hard for us to gain the technical knowledge, and through that are the actual tools that we're developing. So as Gus said, the web app. It's there are some out there, but they're still confusing. And really, every single process we want to customize. Our checkout process. We want to customize the cPanel, which is the web hosting backend. And yes, there are industry standards, but sometimes there are little confusing tidbits about them. And really breaking that down and making it as easy as possible for someone who doesn't even know how to turn on a computer. If they can click a button and it all happens for them, that's the value that we want to add. And through that, we're getting all of this information, all of this data, and really having that information available, in a database that we can utilize and can share with our, sponsors and can share with our customers, as information. That's where our power comes from.
And additionally, I talked about kind of looking towards the future. We are building Cloudwell not to be like a Me Too product. it's not just hosting. Like I said, we're building all these frameworks so that when we do get into the brighter future, have that socially responsible incubator. Like we have everything, all the frameworks built out, and we are a prime example that a company can be socially responsible and still succeed.
What if I decide I want to sign up with you and I determine that I don't have a charity I really want anything to go to? Will you sign me up and give me a 25% discount?
No.
Typically, your values wouldn't align with what we're trying to accomplish. So, maybe GoDaddy is your company's choice.
Yeah.
You're charging 25%.
It's
No, we're not
it's
charging.
not on
It's
top.
just
No.
it's us.
It's in the actual, out of our pockets. It's not 25 extra. It's $5, $8, and $15 a month, which is exactly the same as what GoDaddy has. And out of that 5, 8, or 15, we take 25%.
But I paid you the money to start with, and you
Right.
take it back and give it to a charity that
Right.
I don't want to go to that charity. I don't have a charity. So that question's going to get asked of you. I'm just telling you, business to say, well, if you're going to give it to a charity for 25%, your price is 25% too high. So just give me the lower price and go any further.
Let me be the chair.
And I think I've encountered this personally in my marketing strategies and going out and interacting with the customers. And I think really this is a differentiating marketing aspect for us, and this is how we differentiate our company. There are web hosting companies out there that will give you pennies for a web hosting service. And because margins in web hosting are so great, they have the ability to do that. We're complying with industry standards. We abide by a different value system, and if you wanted to, if you were making your decision based on price point, we probably wouldn't be the company to host with. And we're just being honest with you because our core mission is to provide this added value outside of just charity, but really the entrepreneurial and community values that will help you accelerate your business. And if that is not enough for you to make your purchase decision, then it probably won't be a beneficial relationship moving forward. And that's just the honest truth.
Just a couple comments and a question also. I mean, obviously, you guys know this is an unbelievably crowded space, right? I mean, there's just a lot of people in it. So I would say you definitely need to spend a lot of time really understanding and dissecting the competition. You probably do, but communicate that really well because, obviously the strategy, and I commend you, you're not trying to do what GoDaddy did because at the end of the day, GoDaddy was just undercutting folks like Register.com for domain registration, right? And they got a lot of business that way. They got my company's business that way. And now they've transitioned to building a brand through kind of marketing, things like that. So, looking at your financials in 2012, you've got $10,000 devoted to advertising, only 1% of sales. I would say that's low. In terms of user acquisition, which was kind of what Chris was hitting on, it's going to be, you're going to have to spend some money to go out there. Otherwise, again, this business can go. You guys know how to do it. You've got that going for you because you've done it. But how big can it get, right? How much can you scale it? And so I would say that your marketing may be a little bit low. You got to give John a chance to go higher again.
And just to go off that, we realize that right now we have all the infrastructure and systems in place. We are revenue positive as of this month, so we're very close to breaking even. We're bringing in money, we have clients, and that's good. We understand that from here we need to develop more to be more than just a web hosting company, and that is where our end goal is. So yes, we might be bringing on people as web hosting clients, but in the future when we add these other services or when we add these networking opportunities, we understand that those might be our premier revenue sources in the future because it might take a turn away from web hosting. Who knows?
Everybody join me in congratulating this team.